For decades, Rhodesia has remained one of the most controversial countries in modern history. To some, it represented one of Africa's most efficient economies. To others, it was an illegitimate minority government that denied political equality to the vast majority of its people. How did a country that once exported food throughout southern Africa become one of history's most famous cases of economic collapse? To answer that question, we have to go back to the beginning. In 1890, the territory that would become southern Rhodesia came under the control of the British South Africa Company, founded by Cecil Rhodes. Over the following decades, European settlers established commercial farms, mining operations, railways, schools, and towns. Unlike many other African colonies, southern Rhodesia attracted a relatively large permanent settler population. By the 1950s, it possessed one of Africa's strongest agricultural sectors. Electricity expanded, roads connected major cities, commercial farming became highly productive. It had developed into one of the continent's most industrialized economies. After the Second World War, Britain began dismantling its empire. Prime Minister Harold Macmillan delivered his famous Wind of Change speech in 1960. For many white Rhodesians, this raised alarm. They believed rapid decolonization elsewhere had produced instability and feared the same outcome in Rhodesia. In 1964, Ian Smith became Prime Minister. On November 11, 1965, his government issued the Unilateral Declaration of Independence. It was not a declaration against Britain itself. Rather, it rejected Britain's conditions for independence. Britain declared the move illegal. The UN imposed sanctions. Rhodesian industry adapted. Domestic manufacturing expanded. Farm production remained high. The country developed a surprising degree of economic self-sufficiency. While the economy remained relatively strong, a war was escalating. Two principal nationalist movements emerged, led by Robert Mugabe and Joshua Nkomo. The conflict became increasingly violent. Guerrilla attacks intensified. The Rhodesian security forces responded with counterinsurgency operations. Civilians were killed by both sides. In 1979, negotiations took place in London. The result was the Lancaster House Agreement, establishing a path toward internationally recognized elections. In 1980, Zimbabwe became independent. Robert Mugabe won the election. The early years saw significant investment in education and healthcare. One of the darkest chapters followed. Between 1983 and 1987, the government's 5th Brigade conducted operations in Matabeleland. Thousands of civilians were killed. The decisive economic turning point came in the late 1990s. Zimbabwe entered the war in the DRC, and government spending increased sharply. Then came the fast-track land reform program. Agricultural output fell sharply, exports declined, foreign currency shortages spread through the economy. The government financed spending by creating money. The consequences were catastrophic. Zimbabwe experienced one of the worst episodes of hyperinflation ever recorded. Savings disappeared, pensions became worthless, millions of Zimbabweans emigrated, including doctors, engineers, and farmers, both black and white. Zimbabwe remains richly endowed with natural resources, gold, platinum, lithium. Yet it continues to face recurring challenges, inflation and governance concerns. The story of Rhodesia and Zimbabwe is not simply one of success or failure. It is a story of how a productive economy existed alongside profound political inequality. History rarely fits into slogans. Understanding both sides of this story is essential if we want to understand modern Zimbabwe.